I do them fast and easy because life moves at a really quick pace and we need to make our things and move on. And never fails that your child or spouse is like, oh gosh, we need a gift or something for work. So you can whip up one of these little zipper bags and you can add a little Santa hat pull if your heart desires. So anyways, we are going to be whipping this little bag up, and I'm using a tripod, so you'll have to bear with me. We have our 5x7 hoop with our tearaway. You could use cutaway in a pinch. You would just obviously have to cut it away. There's really no harm in it. My tearaway is a medium weight. I believe it's like 1.8 ounces. I have a heavy tearaway. Hey Tina! I have a heavy tearaway, and if you are dying to know the ounces, I can post it in the comments afterwards. I use the heavier tearaway. Obviously, if I'm doing a bag and I've added like really maybe a monogram or something that has a lot of, oh, I know. Yeah, shipping to Europe really does stink. But if you're doing a bag and you've decided to add like a name or a monogram and you were generous enough to do like a really heavy satin stitch, you could use, again, tearaway or cutaway, or you could use a heavier tearaway, or you can even double up on your tearaway. Really, the best thing to do is experiment. And one thing I wanted to cover is I'm going to show you my bag and the way I stitch it. But just like there are like maybe 100 different ways to cook an egg, everybody's way is right. It's whatever works for you. And when you get really used to stitching a bag, you can skip stitches, you get a feel for what size you need, like have at it. Don't think that you have to do it just one way. These designs are recipes, and we all know when following a recipe, we always put our own spin on it. So, yes, absolutely, Leslie. Definitely the zipper pull. Hey, Bonnie, is Miss Vivian here, Rachel? If I'm doing a spunky bag with your vinyl right now. All right, Heather. Hey, Vivian. Rachel, tell Vivian we say hey. I loved her little energy picture. That's the way my brain is, but like my body is ready for a nap. But anyways, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Everybody have, do you see what I was doing? I was trying to give you all a minute or two to get everything all loaded. Everybody have their design loaded, their hoop loaded, and we will go ahead and get started. A little tip, a little trick, what's interesting is we do, every month, our top 10 contributors of comments, those 10 names get put in a hat, and then one lucky person gets drawn for free shipping. The comments for videos and such, they count. So comment, tell me what you like, tell me how your bag's going, tell me if you need more time, and it also will help your stats. Okay, so hoop, ready, tearaway, medium weight, design loaded. Let's all do our step number 1. Ready? Elena Claire, you want free shipping? Shush your bums. You get free shipping for being my daughter. Okay, so Everybody has stitched step 1. That is your zipper placement. So, take your zipper, which is obviously longer than your bag, because you want some extra hangover, and you're going to center it in the hoop as best you can, and then you're going to secure it with tape. Now, there is much debate among everybody as to which tape they prefer. You can use Scotch tape, you can use painter's tape. Hopefully you guys can see this. It's whatever you want, man. Like I said, there's many kind of different ways to cook an egg. So I'm going to use painter's tape just because it was the last thing in my hand. And we're going to line up, and then we're just going to lay our tape over it to secure. Is everybody laying their tape down? Just like that. Simple, simple, simple. Super easy. Lois, it's totally easy enough. Oh wait, y'all didn't see that, huh? Okay. So, we took our zipper, we lined it up within the rectangle, and we secured it with tape. You can use painter's tape, you can use Scotch tape, whatever your heart desires. Well, maybe not whatever, but you know. Let's see if I can get a better... I don't want the arm of my machine to bump the camera. So, everybody get their zipper taped? I'm going to assume yes. And now we're going to run the next step. Step 2. Step 2 is going to stitch 2 lines, one on one side of the zipper and one on the other side of the zipper, tacking it down. Hey, Beva. Hey, Raymond Jordan. Shouldn't you be working? So, did everybody get their zipper tacked down? Anybody have any questions? It says I have 34 people watching. Y'all are some quiet 34 people. You must be busy tacking your zippers. I'll go ahead and give you guys just a minute to finish tacking your zipper. We are not going to rush through this. If anybody is like, oh Lord, I'd rather go watch paint dry, that's okay. It's not your thing, but there were many people who reached out to me who want to make zipper bags, but are intimidated, nervous, whatever. So I wanted to make this video slow and to give you guys a feeling of being successful, because I promise you, these bags are not hard. My bags in particular, I don't do a liner just because I design my bags for vinyl, and I personally don't care to line vinyl bags. Other bags, you can use fabric, Parker on the Porch. Stitch over the tape. Yep, totally cool to stitch over the tape. It is so easy to just pull the tape off. Don't even sweat it, Katarina. I stitched over my tape too. Parker on the Porch has some amazing bags. The only thing, you know, they're really involved because they're super duper cute with, you know, a lot of design on the front, lots of applique and satin stitch. The bag itself is not any different or any hard. You just, are spending more time making it purty on the outside. Spunky Stitches has a ton of bags. Off with Their Threads has a ton of bags. And once you learn and get comfortable, you can skip liners, you can skip tabs. A lot of designers put like a little tab on the outside of the bag, which I personally don't do, but you totally can. I mean, you can just add a tab, when you're finishing the bag at the end. Okay, so assuming everybody has tacked their zipper, just to clarify, you can totally stitch over the tape. All you have to do is just trim it afterwards. Not a big deal. You can rip it a little bit. I just like to be careful because I don't want to rip the stitches. But if for some reason you do rip the stitches, it's okay because we're going to be covering it with vinyl anyways. So don't sweat it. So I just trimmed my tape a little bit. Not a big deal. We're going to put vinyl over it. You can pick at it later. It's all good. Okay, so we're going to move to step 3. Step 3 is going to be the placement on the top part of your bag. I'm going to just finish ripping off my tape. Personal preference. Okay. Step 3, here we go. So as you can see, step 3 is outlining the top portion of my bag to tell me where I'm going to place my vinyl. Now, some designers will give you the measurements. I'm not one of those because I'm very much we've talked about this before, Wild West, eyeball, kind of have fun with it. And frankly, after it stitches your placement, all you have to do is lay a ruler on it. And this shows 2 inches, but we're going to cut like 2.5 just because I'd rather cut a little extra once than have to cut something twice. So, moving on over. Here's our vinyl. We're going to do more. I'm going to do another Santa Llama. Hey, Jill. I'm going to do another Santa Llama bag because he's too stinking cute with all his little... And, he kind of looks a little peaceful and maybe a little smug. And not to mention, I think with the little zipper pull, the little sketch Santa hat zipper pull, it just goes really well. So, what I like to do with cutting the top part is, since I know I'm going to cut 2.5 inches, I'm going to start at the top and cut 2.5 inches down, because then it will line up really nicely when I take the bottom half of my sheet of vinyl to do the bottom half of my bag. So we're going to go ahead and line up. And we're going to cut 2.5 inches. And I'm going to use my rotary cutter. There we go. Now this piece will be the top half of our zipper bag. So, going back over here, now it's time for the placement of where we want our vinyl. Now, when doing this, it's really easy to think, well, let me line it up here, or let me make it even there. But what might be fun to do is look at where your design is. Can you guys see my fingers? Yes, okay. Look at where the design is and kind of see how you want the face of the bag to be. So if this is the parameter, this is the width of my bag, I really want this little guy and this little guy to be in there. So I'm going to shift it down a little like that. So we have him and him and him. Does that make sense? Y'all are so quiet. Are y'all napping? Was your zipper face up or face down? It was face up. And it was, the pull was to the left, because when a zipper bag opens, it goes, I'm sorry, yes, it was to the left, because when a zipper bag opens, it goes from left to right. And my zipper was facing up. Any other questions? Everybody have their 2.5 inch piece cut and laid down? Taking it all in. Okay, Jill, don't fall asleep. Everybody ready to run our tack of our top piece of our vinyl bag? I don't use, we'll be coming back to see you again tomorrow as I try this. This is not a 4x4, Connie. This is a tall 7x5 bag. I do have, I don't know, I think I have a 4x4. Yes, I do have a 4x4 on the site. Now, when we place our vinyl, I'm not going to use sticky spray. You can use tape to secure this piece. You can do it on the sides. I'm not going to. It butts up nicely. If you can see, it needs to butt up against the zipper. Can you see? Hold on. When we place our vinyl, we are placing it so it is right up against the teeth of the zipper. Can you see that? You don't want it back here. You don't want a little space. You want it right up against it. Because remember, this line here, can you see this line here, where it tacked your zipper, is where it's going to tack the vinyl. So you want it butted up to your zipper nice and cleanly, so it gives it a little bit of space to then tack it down. Can you see? Right up against the zipper. No spaces, nice and neatly right up against it. Okay? Let's go ahead and stitch it. Everybody ready to stitch step 4? So we'll make sure our placement design is where we want it. We make sure that the edge is butted up against our zipper, and if you so desire, tape it. I'm not going to tape it, but you absolutely can, whatever you are comfortable with. So let's go ahead. Aha. All right. So, everybody get their top part stitched, tacked, placed, and tacked. Now we're going to run our next step, and we're going to do the placement for the bottom half of the bag. So we just stitched this, and now we're going to placement for that. Ready? All right, any questions? We put our placement for our bottom half, and now we're going to place our vinyl, and then we will tack it in our next step. And in case you're wondering, there is only 2 steps left, and then your bag is done. Can you believe that? Girl, you've almost made a zipper bag. You only have 2 steps left. So, let's go ahead and place our vinyl. And hopefully I haven't made y'all seasick moving the camera, but I want to show you okay. So, this is what our bag looks like now. And we're getting ready to put our vinyl on the bottom half of the bag, which is this part. You've already done the zipper, you've already done the top half. Now we're going to do the bottom half. You're 2 steps away from being done. So, since we very carefully chose how we wanted our design to look, we're going to take the bottom half of our vinyl and we're going to line up our design. Now, maybe the vinyl you chose was like maybe more random and you didn't have a design to line up. Totally cool. It's your own way. It's not the wrong way. There's no wrong way. This is just if you have a repeating character type pattern. So, we went ahead and butted it up against the zipper. Can y'all see that? We went ahead and butted it up right against the zipper. And we lined up all our little llama dudes. See how nicely that lines up? Just like in this one. All our little people, all our little llama dudes are lined up. Super, super simple to do. Okay, so we have our bottom half butted up against our zipper. You can secure with tape if you wish on the ends, and I'm not going to. I'm trying to go slow so you guys can secure with tape. You can get your characters lined up. If you need me to slow down, if you need me to answer a question, just give a shout. Hey, Laura. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put our hoop back on. And my llama dudes shifted, so give me 1 second to... Okay. Butted up, lined up, second to the last step. Let's rock and roll. Ready? Now we are at our very last step. I mean, that's just insane, right? 7 steps to make an entire bag. That just seems crazy. Do you think I could use a lace zipper on the inside for this? Heck yeah. You just might have to change up your steps a little bit. Like tack your vinyl first and then tack your zipper. So your zipper is actually on top instead of underneath, if that makes sense. But yeah, absolutely. Just hack it. Hack the bag. So we have our top done, we have our bottom done, we have our zipper done. So now we need to do our back. Now I chose a pattern that definitely had a direction on it. So this is the leftover piece that I used on my previous bag, So it does fit for a back. However, my dudes would be sideways. So, and this piece can be used in the future for more bottom bag, or I could do a matching key fob or sanitize holder or whatever. But what I did was I just used red, because a lot of times we get our vinyl, we love our vinyl. Sometimes we love our vinyl more than we should, and we have a hard time parting with it. So is there really a reason that you'd have to use the same pattern for the back? No. You can use a coordinating color instead of the printed vinyl, and then you've saved yourself a fair amount of the vinyl to be used for another project at a later date. Hey, Christy. I know, Marianne, they are so easy to do, and the bags are great because who doesn't love a little bag full of goodies at the holidays? I mean, you could even put little coffee sticks, in here with a little mug, and then it can be like a little, for that coffee lover in your life, a little coffee bag. So anyways, I digress. So we need to, I did that on some, you did. I love this llama. He just cracks me up. I think he's got a great quirky holiday spirit. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off my excess. And then I have some plain old red. And I'm going to eyeball it. Yeah, I feel like that should work. Maybe I'll go that way. Yeah. So we have our back piece, and your back piece is literally whatever will cover the entire stitch. So this part here, you just want to make sure your back piece covers that. I don't like that that one has a crease in it. That just screams it's going to be a problem. Okay, I'll just cut a flat one. There we go. Oh, just the red? I have glitter red in the shop, but I'm currently not using. I was just using this plain red that we used to carry that we don't anymore. So I guess that's a faux pas on my part. Oops. So we're getting ready to do our back, but this is where the main thing you have to remember. If you do not remember anything else, remember this. At this point, when you go to stitch your back on, you must open your zipper. You must. Because what's going to happen is it's going to stitch all the way around, and it's going to stitch over this track, and you'll never get your zipper open. And you move the zipper pull right now, Lisa. Right now, everybody, move your zipper pull right in the middle, or way over here, just far enough away from stitching. I haven't heard of too many people that were able to salvage their bag after you stitch it closed, but I have heard of the occasional unicorn that was able to do it. I blessedly have never had that problem because the anxiety in my head keeps me remembering that I need to pull the zipper, but there have been a few close calls. So before you do the back, and this is true on anybody's design, Spunky Stitches, Parker on the Porch, Off with Their Threads, it doesn't matter, String Theory, it doesn't matter whose bag you're stitching. You always have to pull the zipper over, because if you don't, you're going to stitch it closed, and then, I mean, I guess it could be a fun gag gift. I hadn't thought about that. For that relative or coworker that you love. Can you see my finger quotes? Love. Okay, so everybody, do you like how I stall for time? So everybody has their back piece. Everybody move your zipper. You'd have to rip the seams out, yeah, and redo on a sewing machine. You would, Marianne. And sometimes you desperately want to, because if you've done some with all those really intricate, involved, gorgeous designs, it is just absolutely heartbreaking when you then sew the bag closed. But like, if you could do the zipper and it be crooked, rip it out. It's salvageable. You could put your vinyl on and it be a little crooked, rip it out. It's salvageable. Pretty much everything you can fix. It's just different levels of, it's either a glass of wine or a bottle of wine, or a can of root beer, or like a whole 2 liter of root beer for those who don't drink. So, okay, everybody moved their zipper. Everybody has their back. I'm stalling for time, guys, so hopefully everybody has their stuff ready to go. All right, let's go ahead and do our last step. Went over the zipper, and it's doing a nice triple stitch at the end to help strengthen your edges. It just went over the other end of the zipper. Always be careful that your metal end of your zipper is out of your needle's way. Trust me on that one. Woo. See how close I was? Whee, that was fun. It's almost like Price is Right, where the yodeler is going up the little hill, and you're like, oh, stop! Okay, well, technically you're done. I mean, with stitching, and you've made a bag. Did you hear my machine sing happy for you? It's like, yay, you did it. Okay, so here's our bag in its kind of raw form. So we're going to go ahead and unhoop it. Now this is where the kind of the real work begins, because I've been impatient before and have ripped things, because hence the word impatient. But so what we're going to do is we're going to start by tearing. Now, one thing, suggestion, like I said, there's many different ways to make an egg, but my suggestion tip is to keep your finger right here if you can see, I think you can, where the stitch line is, to help you rip it, just to help you move it along, moving it at an angle, just so you're not stressing the seams. Okay, so I don't save. I have magnet hoops, but I can't stand them, and if I need a piece, I look at embroidery like there's a cost to making things, and that's your stabilizer, that's your thread. It's just one of those things. So I don't sweat that stuff, because to me it's just the cost of embroidery. And also too, I don't know if you noticed, when I hooped my hoop, I had a whole bunch extra. They say at least an inch all the way around of your hoop, because having your stabilizer come out of your hoop like that actually helps with the stitching. Sometimes I'll do more, and again, I don't think anything of it, because I'd rather stitch it once, use extra stabilizer, and be done, than to use double the amount of stabilizer, because I've had to do it twice, had the headache of trying to salvage it, and use more supplies of my zipper or my vinyl or what have you. But anyways, that's, like I said, that's just personal preference. All right, so now we're going to trim our excess. We're going to use our vinyl scissors, and we are just going to cut our zipper too, because we don't need that. Oh Lord, I almost just went straight across that. Woo wee, that would have been fun. Okay, so we're just going to go up. You can also use your rotary cutter, if it weren't upside down. Can you all see? You can use your rotary cutter if you would like super de-duper straight. Where's my rotary? Awesome. I didn't go all the way through. You don't ever see this part of the bag, so I really don't worry about it. Straight through. I know it feels like it goes against everything in you to go straight across like that, but here we are. So we've trimmed our edges, we've gone through the zipper, now we have this. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick away our tearaway, just like that. And then here's that little piece of tape I saved for you guys. And then again, we're going to go ever so gently along that edge. Same up here. Sometimes you need a little extra help. There we go. Alright, and these are the threads from the placement of the zipper, so we're just gonna clean up a bit. I bought some Kai, these are Kai, can you see? These are Kai scissors. I don't know if you can see. I bought 2 pair. It was kind of a Christmas gift to myself for business. Are there different, so I bought like the kind of bent ones and then like the little snip ones. Are there different grades of Kai scissors? Because I do not care for these. I was like crazy super disappointed in them. So I wondered, I think they were maybe 30. But they were kind of a disappointment. And then I wondered, well, I wonder if there's like, because I know when you go to the outlets, I found this out when my kids were younger, like Oshkosh, there's like an Oshkosh outlet. They actually send a different grade of their clothing to their outlets. So even though you're getting the Oshkosh name, it's not actually the same quality that you would buy in their store. So if anybody's out there who buys Kai scissors, did I buy their like Low brand. They're low because I have not loved them at all. They're very hard to open and close. All right, are we all still cleaning our bag? Can you hear my dog whining? He whines from 3 to 5. I have some, never heard of that, but we'll be checking on it. Really? I didn't know that. I don't know either. Like, I just didn't care for them. Okay, so you can continue cleaning up later. This is where we're at. It's relatively clean. Kind of like when you ask your kids if their room is clean and they're like, yeah. And you know it's not like completely clean, but it's clean enough. So we're going to call this kids' room clean. This is where we're at. So we got to get into the zipper. Oh, her brother. Okay, let me know, Laura. Or post in the group. That might be good information for the masses. Okay, so we need to get into our bag. Oh, and if you use fabric, you can still do it this way where you pull it out, turn it right side out. Some digitizers leave a little opening if you're lining it and you're using fabric. Man, and that's great. I'm saying for me personally, like when I'm done, I'm done. Like it's such a bummer when I'm done and then I have more to do. But so this one, we're just going to push open, pull your little tab, and then you're just going to push your zipper open, such as that, exposing the inside. The real Kai scissors are wonderful. You may have bought seconds. The outlet sells them less than pretty. I bought them off of Amazon, and they even say, and there's like a number on it. Look, we're getting sidetracked. There. Is that it? N61380DC. Oh, N5. I need to get my eyes checked. And then these. They have a number too. Look, just call me Velma. I mean, you could really call me Daphne. I am wearing purple, but I'm more of a Velma. If you missed our earlier discussion with the vinyl, you're probably thinking I'm out of my mind right now. You can't see, can you? All right, well, anyways, so I digress. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to flip our bag. Now, I really don't have any words of wisdom for you, except take your time. If your kids are screaming, if your husband needs something that he can't find, and let's face it, it's probably right in front of him, don't rush yourself, because I never liked them that. Yeah, I got mine off of Amazon too, Kim. Just take your time. Oof. We zoom it out a little bit. I swear I put lotion on my hands before I started. Okay, we're just going to take our time and we're going to go slow. You have to remember that this is vinyl. Much like fabric, there are all different kinds of fabric and there are all different kinds of vinyl. My supplier can send me vinyl in one print one time, and then he can send me the exact same print another time, and it could be on a different type of backing. So just like each of your kids needs something different, each type of vinyl needs something different. So we're just gonna we're just gonna go slow, maybe. Look, y'all, I don't pretend to be the resident expert on everything, but I try really hard. So that should count for something. Okay. So we're just going to gently push out our corners. I use this stick, not the pointy-ish end. I use the rounded end. This is the stick that comes in your fiber fill boxes, and I gently put it in the corner, and then I just gently twist it, because I'm sure there's enough people on here who can say, oh yeah, I went straight through my vinyl, and I have been one of those people. where I wasn't really paying attention. I wanted to hurry up and get it done, and I just pushed it right through the vinyl. It's not hard. I mean, just like fabric. It's the same with fabric. You can push right through fabric. I mean, I might even push right through now. Because it's just the nature of the beast. I mean, you're forcing it and you're asking it structurally to do more than it can. Okay, so we got our points, pointy-ish, and then we'll work on our bottom. Sometimes I'll go at it the other way and pull it out instead of trying to push it out. Are you going to clean the corner a little? Sometimes. I'm making these bags for you guys. I don't even know if I'm giving them away. So, shh. I don't know. And you can clip your corners at an angle. All of those things. Okay. And then we're going to pull out this way, work out this corner. And then we'll push it a little bit more. It looks like it's got some room still. Can you hear my dogs? Okay. Almost there. Alright. Okie dokie. So, here is our finished bag. Our super duper cute llama tall 7x5 zipper bag. And here's its companion with the little Sketch Santa zipper pull. Dun dun dun! Leave a little 1/4 inch of zipper over, use fray stop or something similar, let dry, then turn. What does using fray stop do for your zipper? I haven't had a problem with my zipper. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you guys. I think it's super cute too. I don't know what I'll do with them, but I like the placement of our little dudes. Don't forget, pull your zipper in the middle, right before the very last step, and just have fun. You're all very, very welcome. So, who watching made a zipper bag? Oh, yay! Scarlett, you made one? Woo, woo! Go, Scarlett! Go, Scarlett! I'm so excited. If this just... this is going to sound funny, but if this video just helped one person make a zipper bag. The design came from me. This is a blue pumpkin design. It can be found on our site under embroidery designs. I think it's only $3. It's a tall 7x5. And I think I'm going to go ahead and give everybody who tuned in today the free zipper pull. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it, but y'all helped me. Y'all tuned in. Y'all were supportive. So I'll figure out a way. Sorry, sitting in a hotel room watching cutting on. Oh, hey, you on vacation? That's awesome. Well, I'm super excited, and I'd love to see anybody's bag who made one. That would make my day, because so many of you have asked and have said, you know, that you really want to do zipper bags, but you're super nervous. And I actually should turn this around because I combed my hair for you guys. And I want to tell you, you can do these bags. You can do them. I mean, they are so simple. And I think it's just because of the zipper, it like makes you nervous, but really it's a walk in the park. I mean, it's just literally putting things down, taping them, and pushing a button. The designers have done all the work for you, and you can make these awesome bags, and they are so quick and so easy, and delight your family and friends with such a sweet, thoughtful, homemade gift. That's pretty much all I have. I'm going to be doing another video coming up. I don't know if I'll do it before Christmas or not. I guess it depends on the feedback. But I want to talk about, because it's come up quite a few times, the different types of vinyl. Let me see real quick if I can find... Because we have like super thin. Can you see how thin that is compared to, say, the Llama vinyl? We have super thin vinyl. We have vinyl with more of a cloth back that doesn't necessarily tear. We have thicker vinyls, and you might not always know what it is you're going to get because the supplier prints with different backing. This was a test piece I bought, or that was sent to me. I don't sell them like this. But again, this one has like a canvas backing, and it's glitter, but it's not as thin as this one, but it's not as thick as the Llamas. Oh no, Kim, you pushed through? Oh, heartbreak. We also have another kind. Ooh, you want to see what we're getting? We are getting, y'all will be the first ones, we're getting punched vinyl. And it's got this really fun gold. Isn't that pretty? We also have like this type of vinyl. It's thicker. It's actually thicker than the Llama, but it's not as pliable. This one is very pliable. This one is a little bit stiffer. Again, you can still use it to make zipper bags. You just have to understand what each kid, if you will, needs. You can't parent all your children the same way. You can't treat all the vinyl the same way. Each vinyl needs a little something different. Some vinyl can tear like paper. There's things that you can do to help with that. That doesn't mean it's not usable. It just means like fabric, like a thin gauzy knit is different from a regular cotton. They're all fabrics, but they just have different needs. Anyways, that is what will be coming up next. If anybody has, how does that sew on the embroidery machine? The punched vinyl, it sews very well. I can do a quick stitch out of that and post pictures later. But the next video coming up will be about the different types of vinyl, how to treat them, how to get the best kind of stitch out using new needles, being mindful of your stabilizer. If you have a very heavy, dense stitch out, not all stitch outs are created equal. And then if there's any other, somebody said that they'd love to do a snap tab, but they never have before. And that just breaks my heart because there's a whole world of in the hoop stuff out there that is just waiting for everybody. So if anybody wants to see something else and do another sew along, we can definitely do that. I love that you guys are interested, and if I can help, I want to. I know many of you message me with questions, and I try to always make myself available. I appreciate everybody tuning in today. I did it at 3 because, as everybody knows, Friday night is date night. And I try to keep my Friday nights available and open for my husband. So anyways, guys, okay, let me see. I was going to... there I am. Okay, guys, that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. It means the world. I hope it wasn't too terribly boring. I hope you might have learned something. If you made a bag, show me a picture, wow me, impress me. I'm sure you will. And I'll figure out a way to get everybody who watched and tuned in the Santa hat zipper pull that's Sketch Stitch. Because if you watched, I appreciate it. Send me a message. Tell me you watched. Show me your bag. Okay, guys. Have a nice weekend. Bye.